So this is an exercise that's going to focus on counting 3 beats. But if you think of 3 beats as triplets, you can also put it into the context of 4 beats. So the difference of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and fitting 3s within each beat of a 4/4 pulse. Allow me to explain. So let's take our C major chord with fingers 1, 2, 3 and pop up an extra C with our pinky on top. We're going to lineate or play the notes in a linear fashion. This is what an arpeggio is. Upward and then just coming right back down with no repetition on that top note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Played quicker, and I'm going to try G minor as a different chord here with a B flat just to mix up the shapes a little bit. It would sound like this. We've heard this a lot in film scores. Like imagine so you want to work on dynamics, playing loud, playing soft, playing slow, playing fast. There's lots of different ways that you can try changing this right hand part to let it fit into different scenes of a film, genres within a jam, whatever your context of playing might be. Step 1 for you to try this out. Let's try it on a minor chord. We're going to choose A minor, a bit more friendly. And we're going to be thinking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, starting with the thumb. I'm going to create a pulse, but if this already seems like it's way too much, pause the video, try it out slowly, just get used to how this feels at your hand, because I'm going to be giving us a beat, and you're going to want to try to follow that beat, so get used to the feeling first. But once you have that, let's go for it. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, join in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have my pedal down. I'm pretty certain I'm not going to play any wrong notes. So the pedal is just going to help add some atmosphere, which sounds really cool with this particular technique. Let's keep this going. 2 more times. Good. Now I'm not going to assume that you can play this quite quickly at this point. Work up speed with a metronome. Even if you don't have a metronome, you can start slow, gradually speed it up, and see kind of how fast you can get in every day. See if you can get a bit faster. Remember, if you want to play really quick, it's important to play light. You can't really play. You can play loud and fast, but it hits a wall really quick. Like if you know any heavy metal drummers, ask them how they play. To be able to go with your feet for an entire performance, you can't be overusing those muscles. So playing light enough that it's not strenuous, but loud enough that it's still clear and the audience can hear it. Now, before we move into this idea of thinking of it within a context of 4 beats, we can also just try playing around with some left-hand octaves. This isn't necessary and it's a little outside of the context of this class, but I want to give you some ideas as to where these right-hand techniques can be evolved and where they get used, how they do complement the left hand. So whether you want to try this or not, that's up to you. But here's what I'm going to recommend. We're going to take an A octave down in the left hand and move down a skip to F. Then we're going to move it up to C and then down to G. We're not going to change our right hand part. We're going to keep it the same the whole way through. It sounds like this. You can join in after. Just listen first. Now, does my right hand perfectly complement that left hand part? Maybe not. But when it's sounding a bit odd, like a G in the left hand with this A minor chord, there's a sense of tension and it's not super dissonant, it's kind of colorful. So this still works. It's kind of like the training wheels version, but that's what we're going for here. So remember, we're going to play each arpeggio 2 times before we move our left hand. We're starting on A octaves. Remember, it's A, F, C, G. So we have A in the left. Here's our right hand A minor arpeggio. Let's give it a try. Remember, 2 times per chord. So the right hand plays up and down again. Then the left hand moves. Let's go for it. In 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Down to F in the left. Up to C. Down to G, back to A, we'll finish there. Great job. So you might be able to assume from here, now we could move our right hand part around. So we have A down to F, up to C, or down to C. I'm gonna go up to G, back to A. It's gonna take a little bit more sort of nimbleness to jump around in time, but why don't we give it a try? So we're gonna go a bit slower than that. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll move both hands. The hands are moving in parallel motion. So my left moves from A octaves down to F, my right hand's moving from an A minor chord down to an F major chord. Let's give it a try. Get in position. A's in the left, A minor positioned in the right hand. Here we go. In 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 times on A minor. Everything moves down. Here we go. To C. Now I'm using my pedal to help smooth out these transitions. Back to A minor. So I'm only lifting the pedal as I press the first note of the next chord. Lift press. Then to C, lift press. That allows me to jump and connect the sounds. So there it is. The right hand moving around and following the left hand movement. Now again, this left hand stuff isn't necessary. This is a course on right hand technique, but you can see if I get playing. It sounds like something like from a motivational video. Put some reverb on that piano and you get a really fun right hand sound. But I want to give you some context for how you can eventually put these hands together. Now talking about how you can view this all in 4/4. Let's say you're playing with a band, you have a rock band. So there's your 4 beats. How do I put this in context so that within the 4 beats I can make this technique work? So let's stay on A minor for now and imagine our beat is 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, at this speed we'll have to play pretty quick, but it'd be triplet, 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 triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That sort of idea. So let's try it out with a beat. We're just gonna stay on A minor for now, just to get used to the feeling. Let's try it out in 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet, 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 triplet. 2, 3, 4, 1. So that's kind of the basic idea. And again, from there, you can start to move your chords around. It might sound something like this. 2, 3, 4. So I was doing some classical harmonies, but you get the idea. I was having fun with it. I'm also using inversions. This is not a class on inversions, but I went from G minor to E flat major. 2 of the notes are common between those 2 chords, so I only moved the 1 note that I had to. So you can find little shifts between chords to keep it simple, and it also allows you to play faster. It's really hard to make the transitions at that speed between those 2 chords, but if we're using inversions, it's a whole lot easier. So as you can see, whether or not you're adding in a left hand part, this right hand part stands as being very potent all on its own. It's a very important technique to learn because you want to be able to break up your chords and have some way to span a little bit further on the piano. And also emotionally, it just creates such a sense of it's like cinematic almost, but at the same time, it can be very serious. I picture something like this maybe in like a song by Muse or a rock band that uses synthesizers that are monophonic. So you want to outline a chord, but you can only play 1 note at a time. This would be a great technique to try out. So imagine something like this, backing up a rock band. Could sound really cool. So that's it on this class for right hand 1 octave arpeggios. In the next class, we're going to talk about how to play a more traditional arpeggio. We're going to go 2 octaves. Let's dive in. I'll see you there.